What's up, y'all? It's your boy Cadis, man. I'm here to watch the launch of Inspiration 4 on the SpaceX Dragon capsule on the Falcon 9 rocket. So I guess this is advertised as the first all civilian crew. So they're not like fully trained astronauts like I would think of it, like cosmonauts or astronauts from like NASA or something like that. These just paid for 4 people, and they were trained, and they're going to be in space for 3 days, and get some great views, do a few little science experiments, I guess, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? I think they're also trying to raise money for St. Jude Hospital. I've been watching this for like the past like 30 minutes, but I just started hitting the record button. um, and as you know, well, if you don't know, um, yeah, man, my goal is to finish my get my um engineering degree, and I do want to work in the aerospace field and do some advancements there. You know what I'm saying? Push some things forward. You know what I mean? So I remember when I was younger, uh, the shuttle launches. I used to watch those in school and stuff. But then once they stopped doing, they shut down the shuttle program, and it just kind of fell off. You know what I mean? But now, you know what I'm saying, with SpaceX, um, and I mean, I'm gonna give a little props to um, Blue Origin and as well as Virgin Galactic, because they're also putting more of a spotlight, you know, on humans in space. Some controversy on that though, but I think overall positive. You know what I mean? Great benefits. All right, so I think they got they're fueling up everything, get everything ready to go. T minus 4 minutes 20 seconds, and they about to get these guys in orbit. I'm gonna turn up the volume so that y'all can hear like better what's going on. Let's see. Let's go.
As you can see on the timeline there at the bottom of your screen, the strong back retraction is the next major event. In fact, the last physical event or modification to the pad prior to liftoff.
What's unique
Falcon
about
9 is nearly fully
with
loaded with
the
almost
alteration that they did
100,
to this
see
Dragon
what,
capsule
1
is
million pounds of liquid
where it
kerosene
normally
or
would
liquid
have
oxygen.
the
That liquid oxygen is what we see
the
vented there
hatch that
on
would
those white
the docking
valves.
station that would allow it to like dock with or the
All right,
docking
there on your
section. I
screen, you
mean,
can see that
that would
the
allow it to
strong back
dock
is
with the
beginning to
International Space
retract.
Station. They remove that and place it at the very
And
tip
Kate,
of it.
that strong back will move
A
back just a
door
couple of
will
degrees. You
open
see
up
here
and allow them to
that
get
at T0,
like a
when the
360
Falcon
view,
9 sends the liftoff
um,
command to the ground to release it,
um,
hydraulics will bring that strong back the rest of the
like the
way to
front
about a
of the
45
capsule.
degree
So
position
that's kind of
at
dope.
liftoff.
It's one solid dome,
We've got the call out
uh,
right on time.
the
First stage
cupola.
liquid oxygen loading
So
is complete. Shutting down the ground pumps.
that's gonna be like an
Ground's just
interesting like
loading second stage
experience to have
liquid
as you like
oxygen.
stick your head out to the top of like a and just view around. Just be like,
Under 3 minutes until the launch of Inspiration 4.
it's not completely like a 360 view, but you know,
All right, and there's that
I get
call
what I'm
out
saying,
that
bro.
Dragon is now running on its own power. It is no longer connected to
Not a
the
full
power
sphere,
systems
but
of Pad 39A. As you just heard, the crowd is super excited here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, as we are now under 2.5 minutes until the launch of the Inspiration
oh yeah,
4 crew.
they're launching off from Kennedy Space Center.
That crew there can be seen on the right-hand side of your screen, buckled in and ready to go.
All right, so yeah, we got the narratives from SpaceX because you know what I'm saying. I was gonna hack into the stream, and now I'm lying. You can watch the stream right now on the SpaceX YouTube channel. Um, But yeah, they'll have video inside spaceship as well as outside
Stage
views,
2 LOX load complete.
and then the bottom that you see with the
And there's the call
timer
that stage 2 LOX load is complete.
countdown,
Auto.
along with
Falcon is now
a timeline of
fully
important events that are
loaded
going to
with
happen
all of its
Get
propellants.
along the
order
flight
in
going into
shortly.
orbit.
Expect loud venting.
Announcement to let the crew know that as we vent off various lines on the launch pad, we'll hear some loud noises. Let the crew know that's planned. We're also right now draining the liquid oxygen out of the transporter erector, draining the lines, getting ready for
Oh,
launch.
you know what's really interesting too, man?
Heading for
Like,
the startup call at
I
T-minus
really
1.
enjoy how, bro, the presentations for SpaceX and these other companies have, bro, they're so great to look at, man.
FPS is on. Falcon 9 is in startup.
The technology comes. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, that's gotten so much better, bro.
Cheers. We're inside 1 minute.
SpaceX. Go for launch.
Man, I was really just comparing it more so to just like how the presentation of a NASA launch was a few years back. You know what I mean? Um,
Commander
T-minus
calling
30
down.
seconds.
Punch it, SpaceX.
you're able to get some really nice views, bro, because now you're able to get just live camera feeds from all over the, the
T-minus 15 seconds.
sections of the spaceship. You know what I mean?
10, 9, 8, 7,
All right, here we go.
5, 4, 3,
Oh, the countdown's a little off.
2, ignition.
Let's go.
And liftoff for stage 2. Go Dragon. Go Falcon. Godspeed Inspiration4.
Oh,
Copy, 1
let's
Alpha.
go.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Wow, that's a beautiful glow. Orange glow looks beautiful.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
They gave him like a prime time slot,
T plus 30 seconds.
so I do
Nominal. Historic
like the
mission
fact that they
today
did like
with
an 8
Inspiration4 crew.
8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time
Onboard driving on
launch,
Falcon 9. Great view of the crew
but a
into
daytime
cockpit.
launch. Oh man, that would have looked even better, bro.
We're into the throttle down, into the throttle bucket.
Stage 1 throttle down.
All right, so next thing's about to get to is Max Q, or AKA Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure that the vehicle is going to experience.
Stage 1 throttle up.
We're through the period of maximum dynamic pressure.
Copy,
We're
1
throttled
Bravo.
back up, and 1 Bravo, the call out from space. That's one of the abort sequences. That is a nominal call. Everything
Bro,
continues to be good.
all these views, bro, you getting now? On point. Oh, look at her over here. She's smiling, right?
Looks like a smooth ride for the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, they enjoying that, bro. Yeah, man. Comfortable. I think they experienced about 3 Gs, I believe,
Okay, we heard the call out.
during
3G
liftoff.
is chilling. We're beginning to get the turbo pump ready on the second stage engine for ignition. We're passing through 3G's acceleration.
So they're not
That
feeling,
continues to look nominal.
you're not feeling too much craziness, you know what I mean?
Merlin engines are throttling down for G limiting. 4 Gs, we're holding it there for the crew.
Okay. 4 Gs and him to go closer for
Major
4
event
Gs,
coming
okay.
up will be main engine cutoff, followed by stage separation, looking at the second stage engine nozzle, and then ignition of the second stage.
Bro, there's so many views, bro. That's why I'm loving this, bro. You get so many dope ass views, bro.
And Miko.
Stage separation confirmed.
Okay. Alright, about to turn on this engine now.
And ignition.
There we go.
Copy, 2 Alpha.
So we heard the call, and you can see on your screen there on the right-hand side that the second stage has ignited. That's the MVAC
All right, so what you're seeing is
Another
on that
big
left-hand side
boost
video
there
feed,
as it ignited. Officially, the
the
Inspiration4
booster's going to
crew
come
are
back down
now
and
on their
land.
way to space.
And then on the
The first
right-hand
booster
side,
there on the left-hand side of your screen is
that's the
making
rocket engine that's
its
going to continue to
way
find them
back
off into
down to
orbit.
Earth. The grid fins have popped out to assist with the steering. It will be making a landing attempt on our drone ship. Just read the instructions, which is parked out and holding position in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah,
Yes,
watching
we
those
have a
boosters
couple of
land is
views
dope.
on screen. Signal Bermuda. As Kate mentioned, left-hand side is a view from the top of our first stage looking down. That has already separated from the second stage, and it's making its way back to Earth. The velocity of the first Dragon stage SpaceX trajectory nominal.
Is being tracked on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. On the right-hand side of your screen is a view of our second stage Merlin vacuum engine. On the opposite end of that engine is the second stage and the crew, which sits on top of the second stage. Everything looks to be going normally with them, and you can also track the velocity on
Oh,
the
yeah,
second
okay.
stage on the
So,
bottom
yeah, what the
right-hand side of
narrative
your
is saying
screen.
is
And we also have awesome views of the
for
crew
rocket
inside of
engines,
their capsule as
there's
well.
two types. You got
I'm
your
pretty
sea level
sure
engine,
during first stage ascent,
and
I
then you
saw
got
Dr.
your
Simon
vacuum engine,
Proctor.
which works better
I'm
and
pretty sure I
performs
saw
better in
Dr. Simon
space.
Proctor give us two thumbs
And then
up.
one is going to work
I'm
better
sure
in
she
Earth's
enjoys this ride
atmosphere.
that she's been
So,
waiting for her entire life.
Yes. One notable thing too is we're
and they'll
using
have like
twilight
different
views.
like nozzle
The sun
configurations. You know what
just
I'm
set in
saying?
Florida, but we're high enough
It's going to provide the best thrust.
up where the light around the horizon is also reflecting off of very high altitude objects, such as the first and second stages.
So that's what, you know.
SpaceX trajectory nominal.
Love to hear that call out. Trajectory nominal from the guidance engineer.
You have a line of
Also notice
space rocket
nearly up
engines
to
that'll
the
have like
well
these
past 100
variations,
kilometers.
and that's why,
Station
because you
signal
want the best
enhancement.
performance
Just
for
before that view
whatever
switch, we
environment you're gonna
saw
be in.
some teammate fist bumps going on there
Boom.
inside of the cabin.
Yeah, they look like they're having a
And they
fun
speeding
ride
up
there.
still.
And their journey
Ooh.
isn't over. We've got about 7 more minutes until Dragon separates from the second stage.
Yes, next milestone for this mission is actually going to be happening on the first stage. It's going to be performing a re-entry burn that's going to be coming up around the T plus 7 minute and 30-second mark. That burn is used to slow down the first stage before it re-enters the denser parts of the atmosphere. A few minutes later, it will execute a landing burn and make an attempt to land on our drone ship that's currently parked in the Atlantic Ocean.
Dragon SpaceX trajectory
All right, yeah, the
nominal.
drone ship. So sometimes the booster will come back and land on land, and then usually it'll land off on a drone ship. So it's like an autonomous boat,
So far,
and
I'm just gonna
it's
say
all like
so far
autonomous pretty
everything
much. But
looking great
yeah,
for
it's
the
gonna the
Inspiration4
booster's gonna
crew.
come back and land on that
Hearing that everything is proceeding nominally there with the second
boat out
stage, which
into
is
the
what you
Atlantic
see on
Ocean.
the right-hand side. That
HD propulsion nominal.
I was just gonna say that MVAC engine we just heard now is looking nominal. About a minute left to go before the first stage performs its first burn.
I kind of want to see how the crew is doing right now.
And on your left-hand
Want to
side, looking at the first stage, you may see
hear him say
those
something.
white puffs.
Oh, they'll probably say something
Those
once they're
are
like in
the
orbit. You know what I'm saying? They
nitrogen
chilling.
puffs, helping to steer and guide the vehicle. Basically
Dragon SpaceX trajectory nominal.
is the attitude control for the vehicle as it makes its way back down to Earth.
There we go. They still in there chilling,
There's the crew on the right-hand side of your screen.
clapping,
I think I see some
thumbs
more
up.
thumbs up there. Dr. Proctor is clearly excited that she's finally in space. Again, this mission will be orbiting Earth for 3 days, and they will be at an altitude of 575 kilometers, which, if I remember correctly, John you said that that is the distance from Los Angeles to the Golden Gate Bridge.
There you go. They're going to get there a lot faster.
So, another thing. All right, so here it is. It's about to land. This is the first stage.
So what you're seeing on screen on the left-hand side is the entry burns, the first of 2 burns on the first stage. Again, this first stage has already separated from
the second stage. So the first stage is making its way back to Earth, trying to land, and the second stage, everything is going well. It is headed into orbit with the crew on board.
Actually, there on your screen, you can see a sunrise horizon.
It's dark out there, man.
Planet Earth, just behind the glowing MVAC
Dark out
engine.
there.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
That's what the narrative was
We're on
saying
stage 2
was.
of terminal guidance. We're at the
You can
altitude.
see on the
We're
left-hand
getting
side of that
the
screen.
momentum we need to get into the right orbit.
You
If
can see
you're
the curvature of the Earth.
Crew's pulling about 3.5
Yeah.
Gs right now, less than they took on the first stage flight.
So in about 15 seconds, we are expecting
Copy, Shannon.
We are expecting
throttle down.
the MVAC to throttle down and cut off an event called second engine.
So the
cutoff.
telemetry they got,
We'll wait for the
you'll see
confirmation
stage
of
1
it-
and
of
telemetry
good
for
orbit.
stage 2.
At the same time, the first
So the
stage,
boost on the left-hand side, you'll
will
see it
be,
slowing down,
beginning
speed's
its
going
landing
down.
zone. And here we have the
Stage
MVAC.
2.
We just saw that it
And
shut off
Chico.
its engine.
They got their speed up to getting into orbit. I'm not sure if they had to do the burn or not. Yeah, I think they might be good. Oh, okay, here it is, bro. Yeah. Little interference there, but there it is landing on the ship.
An unexplored frontier. A few have come before and many are about to follow. The door's opening now, and it's pretty incredible.
Stage 1 landing is confirmed.
All right. First stage land, everything's good. And I guess the next thing is for the Dragon capsule to separate from the second stage.
The Dragon capsule and crew are in a nominal orbit. In a few minutes here, we'll begin opening that.
What's on that tablet?
In a few minutes here, we'll separate from the second stage, and then shortly after that, we'll begin opening that nose cone. At the same time, we landed our first stage on the drone ship, which is super exciting.
As if the second stage action wasn't exciting enough.
Right.
So there's that MVAC engine, like we mentioned before. It has already shut down in an event known as second engine cutoff. And the crew are now gliding, if you will.
Now, one thing right now is we're coming up just under 11 minutes in the flight.
Gliding.
We're waiting another minute and a half or so before we get into the separation sequence. The second stage is going through a series of events where we make sure that gases are all pushed out of the system. There aren't any what they call disturbance torques.
Bro.
We want to make sure that the second stage is very
Those
stable,
jackets that the
it's
host
quiet,
got?
It's not moving around. It's not doing anything. So we give it a few minutes to actually just vent everything down, then go into quiet
I need to get
mode.
one of them, bro.
Then Dragon will send the command to
Need to get one of them
itself
jackets,
from the
man.
Falcon 9. It'll be pushed away. Falcon 9 stays in orbit for a while till it eventually comes back to Earth, and then Dragon moves on its way.
Yeah, John, you talked about the terminal count earlier today, and this is almost similar to that. It's like another check before the next event that happens.
The beauty of the countdown.
Okay, we're about 30 seconds away from separation of Dragon from the second stage. The view on the left-hand side of the screen is a view of the unpressurized section of Dragon. So it's the sort of back end, the trunk section of the Dragon. So when we do see separation, we'll see that kind of push away from the second stage and make its way into orbit.
You know, other thing that's really dope too is that you see a lot more like emotion
Inspiration4
from. It's a lot different than when you see like actual astronauts, bro, because they'd be like usually so like chill and stoic. But here it's cool to see like inside the castle and see them being like more see the joy and the happiness, man.
We gave it a great ride to orbit, enjoy your time on orbit, and we look forward to flying again with SpaceX. And copy that, Curtis. We really appreciate everyone's help back in LCC.
That was the voice of SpaceX Chief Engineer Bill Gerstenmayer communicating with Inspiration4 Commander Jared Isaacman.
There's also a been like a weekly documentary series on Netflix about the Inspiration 4. I haven't checked it
The
out
Dragon
yet.
has
But one thing I need
separated
to figure out
away
though
from the second
is
stage, and that's the view that we
I need
have
to figure
on
out
the
the
left-hand
bathroom
side.
arrangements,
You'll
like
see a lot of space there. And
how are they
the next
Bermuda and New Hampshire.
disposing of
next event
waste?
we're anticipating is the opening and
How do
closing
they? What
Now
was
let's
like the
take a look
logistics of
at our
that? Because I need to figure that out. Like,
service section Draco checkouts.
so it's like number one allowed, and then like number two is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Hold it until you get back. You know what I mean?
So we heard the call out nominal Draco checkouts after separation.
And there's that first view that we have
You know what I'm
over the
saying?
shoulders of Commander Jared Isaacman and pilot Cyan Proctor.
Yeesh.
Dr. Cyan Proctor is on the right-hand side, and Jared is on the left-hand side. And this is their dashboard for the next 3 days. These touch screens provide them all of the telemetry and data and information about the systems on board Dragon that they can interact with while on orbit.
Oh, I just
Oh, we can
pressing
see
random buttons.
the
Kind
G
of.
interfair floating around.
And it looks like it is a little golden retriever.
Oh, like the golden retriever assistance dogs at St. Jude
Yeah.
Oh,
Children's
okay.
Hospital.
Well, they
That
gave it a
is
spacesuit. The
apropos.
dog, little puppy dog.
Oh, I love it. 5th crew member on board with the Inspiration4 crew.
So in a few seconds here, we are expecting the nose cone to open up, and hopefully we'll be able to see the first views of the Dragon cupola in space.
All right. So yeah, they'll have like the great views of being able to look back at Earth, and then
There we can see that
looking
they
off
have
into
just
space.
opened up their visors.
And there is a forward hatch inside of Dragon between the cupola and the crew. So when the nose cone does deploy, they won't immediately get to see out the cupola, but once they can get out of their seats, open up that hatch, they'll get some incredible views of space. And on your right-hand screen is Mission Control Hawthorne at SpaceX headquarters here.
Once again, the cupola is the observation dome that was installed. It's brand new hardware to this mission. It is in place of what was the docking adapter, the docking mechanism that allowed Crew Dragon to previously dock with the International Space Station. Due to the fact that the space station is not our destination today, we were able to pull out that docking mechanism and insert the cupola, which will basically provide a 360 view of space for our passengers inside Crew Dragon Resilience here, which I cannot wait for our first views of the cupola. You know, everything that we've seen on the ground here is just incredible, and you know, to see it actually in action.
Man, I wish I could fast
with
forward right
those
now.
360 views is going to be breathtaking for us. I can't even imagine
Ain't
what,
nothing else what I can really think
what
of to
it
say
might
right
be
now. You know
like
what I'm saying?
to actually experience it.
They're also struggling of things to say right
This
now
is going to be incredible, and I
because I
can't
think
wait
this
for
stream
them
started
to
like
get the first
4
look
hours
out,
ago.
and
So
Lots of signal, Newfoundland.
hopefully we'll get to see some of their reactions when they first look out that window.
Yeah, so if you are just joining us, this
man.
is the Inspiration4 mission, the
This is
first
the
of all.
this is the slow part right here, bro. This is like
First all
this is where you
civilian
need to
crew
insert
into
like a
space.
commercial break.
The team had a nominal ascent out of Pad 39A in Kennedy Space Center and are currently in orbit around the Earth.
Yeah, what an incredible place to be in right now when we can say we have now put 4 civilians into space, into orbit. It's been an incredible journey for us to get here. You know, we didn't do this alone. There's a lot of history working with our partners, NASA, to get us to this point. A lot of efforts with reusability and reflying vehicles, which we've seen on this mission particularly. We've reflown the booster 3 times Dragon, we flew for a second time here. First flew on Crew 1
So
last
what's
year. And now
important to note with
Jared,
SpaceX
Cyan, Chris,
is that
and Haley are out in space.
Yeah,
their big
it's pretty
design
incredible.
philosophy or
Just the fact
goal
that
is really just to make
these are
um,
normal, regular people,
reusable
non-professional astronauts.
space
They're now in space, and
Acquisition
it's
signal. Okay.
like actual like reusable spaceships because a lot of the components and parts of that are used in a space launch are usually like one time, you know. Very little part of it is really like reused, you know what I'm saying? So the idea is to make to take rockets and spaceships from being just like a one-off thing, you know, and rebuilding a new one each time you launch to having something that's more can be reused again and again, like an airplane, a car, you know what I'm saying?
Approaching the coast of Ireland. We're 249 kilometers up, so we're heading from the 200 kilometers where we injected to 575. Then we'll begin circularizing the orbit. But more importantly, we got into contact with the ground station in England, and they confirmed the nose cone is open.
Amazing.
So another major event, the hooks that hold it down have opened up, and then the nose cone deploys itself up on its actuator. So that exposes the cupola, and we're going to see if we might get any kind of view here before we sign off.
Yeah. And as you mentioned,
Oh man.
we aren't going to the International Space Station. We're
So
actually
I guess
just
it's gonna be a
going out
while.
into space, into orbit. So they will be doing a couple burns. Another one will be, or the first one will be 45 minutes into flight, and then another 90 minutes into flight, and that'll take them to their final orbit of 575 kilometers away from Earth.
Yeah, so when they put spacecraft or into
So
orbit,
at this point,
you
it
have
sounds like we're actually
to
not going to be able to
burn
get
the engines a few
views
times
of the
to
nose
in order to
cone
get
opening
to
and
the
event
orbit you want to get
cupola.
to,
So unfortunately,
and then
we won't be able to
also
bring that to
to
you live
maintain
at the
that orbit.
moment.
So you have to
However, we will be
hit
providing
the gas
that
here,
footage once
you
it
know what I'm
becomes
saying?
available. And the four
Orbit
of us are
around
super
Earth,
excited to
you
see
know what I'm saying?
what
Hit the
our
gas
four
again,
Inspiration4
and
astronauts are going to be seeing
that'll
over the
like
next 3
allow it
days.
to
So at this point, Jared,
maintain
Haley,
orbit,
Chris,
you know
and
what I'm saying?
Cyan are now officially
Then
in
it'll
orbit.
glide
Over the next 45 minutes, they'll reach their cruising
around the Earth,
orbit
you know what I'm saying?
and spend the next 3 days orbiting planet Earth. We'll be checking in periodically with the crew to see how they're enjoying their first trip to orbit.
All right, man. So it's been like almost 30 minutes so far. So that's it for me right now. I'm gonna just log off, man. Check in with them later. But I was dope that you know what I'm saying check out that launch. That's pretty dope that they gave it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they gave it that prime time launch stamp. You know what I'm saying? But you know we're getting in late summer and the fall now, so it's pretty dark. You didn't get like the super spectacular views as it was. You know, had a little bit more sunlight. So, but ready for the next one, man. Hopefully that next one gonna be the Starship full stack with the booster, man. So that's another thing that SpaceX has been working on. So I'm ready for that. I'll be live for it, ready for it. So and they logging off too right now, I guess. Take a little break. So yeah, it's my time to cut out, y'all. All right, thanks for rocking with me, man. If you like it, press the like button, comment, let me know how y'all feel. And subscribe, man. Check in with me, man. I watch a lot of space launches, particularly when it comes to like the SpaceX stuff. Any of the human launches. I don't really watch a lot of the launches for satellites or things like that. But yeah, anytime SpaceX launches a humans into space, yeah, I'm there for those launches. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace.